Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda, and I have been looking at books that are coming out in the fall, and I just wanted to talk about the ones that I'm most excited for, and I want to see what you guys think about them. So we're going to start with the September releases, and Jennifer L. Armentrout has written a series of fantasy, maybe they're considered fantasy romance books. I have not read them, so I don't know for sure, but this is a new fantasy from her that I'm interested in checking out. So I put it on here. It's still got that same cadence of all of those fantasy books that I don't love, from A Court of Thorns and Roses, like that whole situation. But we have Fall of Ruin and Wrath. So it's on my list. I'm going to check it out when it comes out. Hopefully I can go ahead and get on hold at my library for when it comes out and I can read it. These are all coming out in September. The next one is Foul Heart Huntsman. I have Foul Lady Fortune that came out earlier. I got it through Book of the Month. So if they offer this on Book of the Month, I think I might get it just so I have matching copies. However, I have not read the Foul Lady Fortune yet, so I don't know what I'm thinking about Foul Heart Huntsman. It just jumped out at me because I have the first book. Okay, next is Holly by Stephen King. I have already pre-ordered this. I will definitely be reading this one, and I'll let you know what I think about it. Then Kate Atkinson has a new book, Normal Rules Don't Apply. Now, I read her Life After Life, and I really enjoyed it. This is a short story collection that says that the short stories are intertwined or connected together. One of the things I forgot to mention, though, about Holly, Stephen King, this is the fourth book that has featured his character named Holly. Not featured, I guess, because in some of the books she doesn't come in till like 50% of the way through them. And I'm a little concerned that this has a house on the front all by itself. I'm wondering if it's like a haunted house situation, but I really liked Holly in The Outsider, and I really liked Holly in Mr. Mercedes. That's where she's first introduced. So that Bill Hodges trilogy, if you haven't read that, read that first and then read Holly. Apparently there's also a story in If It Bleeds that is about her as well, and I will be reading that right at the end of August to get ready for this book's release. Now, back to Kate. These short stories are supposed to be connected in some kind of way, so I am excited about it. I usually like short story collections that are with multiple authors, but I think I might want to pick this up. It's a very cute cover as well. Then the next J.D. Robb book, or the next In Death book, comes out. There's one every September, because she does 2 books a year. And so the second book every year comes out in September, and this one is called Payback in Death. Then this one is by Mona Awad, who she wrote Bunny, which I have not read, but I have really enjoyed people who have read it talking about it, and so Rouge may be something that I might want to pick up. But I also put this in here for anybody who liked Bunny, that maybe they want to pick this up in September as well. Then look at this. It's called a Starter Villain. I think that this, first of all, John Scalzi wrote the Kaiju Preservation something. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but I am so intrigued about that book. I want to read that one, and now this one. I mean, look at the picture. It says Meet the New Boss for sure. I want to read this book and find out what is up with it. Then, if you liked The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman, this is the newest installment in that series that's coming out. I just wanted to put it up here. I liked The Thursday Murder Club, but I kind of have a few series happening right now that I'm focused on, so I'm probably not going to get to this one yet, but I will get to it eventually. Then we have Beth O'Leary, who writes rom-coms, and I enjoyed her road trip book, and so I definitely thought that I wanted to pick this one up. And speaking of romance, let's move into October with 10 Things That Never Happened. This is from Alexis Hall, and I read other books by them that I have really enjoyed. So this one definitely went on my list as a romance that I'm going to pick up. Now, also in October, I put this on there, 1984 Julia. This is like a retelling of 1984. So if you are a fan of 1984, go pick this up. I don't know. I've not read 1984. I read Animal Farm. That's the only George Orwell that I've read. So I haven't read 1984. I can't give my opinion about it, but this one just jumped out at me and I was like, wait, if anybody likes 1984, they should give this a shot. So still in October, but switching to nonfiction for a second, we have Patrick Stewart's autobiography, and it's called Making It So. And I so hope that he reads the audio version of this, because I love him so much and I would love it if he read the book. Anyway, I thought this was such a clever name for his autobiography, and I think it'd be awesome. A great memoir for somebody to read if that is a prompt on anything that I'm reading for the rest of the year. This is the one that I'm putting on there. I hope I actually remember that, but we'll see. This is a straight cover pick. Now, Ashley Winstead, I have read something from her, and I cannot remember what it is. So I might need to look at her backlist and find out what it is. But I know I've read one of her books. And I love the way the moon looks on this. Midnight is the darkest hour. So I have no idea what this is about. But it looks very cool to me on this cover. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. Also in October, we have Brandon Sanderson's last secret project of the year. Secret project number 4. I have no idea what it is. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything. Like, I know some people have seen spoilers about stuff. I have seen nothing. Cassandra Clare. I have been reading her Infernal Devices, or one of those, Clockwork something. I've been reading those books, and I have read a few different ones because I started in the wrong trilogy and then I went back to the beginning, and so I am all messed up in her world of what I have been reading. But this is a new one. This is a new series called Swordcatcher, and the cover looks amazing, and I liked her writing, so I am excited to give it a shot. This looks so scary, right? Like, look at that. That cover of that book is a very scary house, and it is about a boy that was sent to a reformatory. Actually, he was sent to just a school, and he can see ghosts, or he can talk to ghosts or something like that, and bad things have happened at this place. So I've never read anything by this author, and I don't want to mispronounce their name. So I will learn how to say their name if I read this book and before I talk about it, but it looks so scary. I'm going to wait for some other people to read it, and then they can tell me whether or not I should read it. Okay, next is an auto buy for me because it says Elle Kennedy. That is all I need to know. I love her romance books. I think that the banter and the wittiness of her characters is just the best. And so I will be getting this just because it says Elle Kennedy. Now, I also put a Christmas romance on here just because I also like Tessa Bailey, and it's a good one, or it looks like a good one to get for Christmas. So you can get this one in October and you'll be all ready to go when Christmas rolls around, and you can read Wreck the Halls. So I almost didn't put it on here because I didn't know what tropes it was, and I have some real issues with certain romance tropes. So I didn't want to pick something that I wasn't going to like. But in general, I do like Tessa Bailey's stuff. They're just cute. They're romances, and you can't hardly go wrong. Then we move into November with one of the most anticipated by a lot of people, and this is a very large cover, but it's called Bookshops and Bone Dust, and this is a prequel for what happened before Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. So if you've read Legends and Lattes, then you should definitely be on the lookout for this in November. Quite a few people have gotten advanced copies of it, and they've already started reading it. So check around online and see who's read it and what they thought about it, because, I think that it's going to be great. Also, speaking of auto buys for me, Allie Hazelwood has tried to write, and I said tried because nobody's read it yet that I know, but she has written a YA romance called Check and Mate, and it is about a chess club or chess club members at a school. I have loved everything she's written, so I'm going to give this a shot. Even though I avoid YA romance completely, I'm going to give this a shot because it is Allie Hazelwood and I want to try it out. So, continuing in November, the next in the Skyward series is coming out, and I am definitely going to be buying this. I'm completely caught up with Skyward. I have really enjoyed the series and the characters and getting to know everybody. It's just been the best, and so I will definitely be buying this. Also, I know a lot of people will be auto buying this. However, I won't because I've not read The Fourth Wing yet. But if you've read The Fourth Wing and you liked it, Iron Flame is coming out in November and you should check it out. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it got overhyped by people who, I don't know, because I don't want to disparage anybody who likes it, especially since I've not read it at all. But I'm going to give it a shot, at least Fourth Wing. But I wanted to put this up here for anybody who liked Fourth Wing, that you guys can jump on it. But a series that I do like is Martha Wells' Murderbot series. I am about to start on the 3rd book, and this is the newest book that will be coming out in November called System Collapse. So if you've been reading these books and you have gotten caught up and you're waiting for the next one, it's coming out in November. It's almost here. Speaking of almost here, the future. I love the cover of this book. Also, it is a dystopian type book, which is all I needed to hear about it. And I said, yes, thank you. I will put that on my list for November. And finally, one last book, which is another sequel to a Book of the Month book that I own, The Mystery Guest. I have The Maid by Nita Prose. And this is The Mystery Guest. I'm going to try again to get that copy on Book of the Month, just like I got this one from Book of the Month. And that way I'll have a matching copy of those. Have I read The Maid? No. But I still think I'm going to like it. So I'm going to get The Mystery Guest just so I'm ready to go. Because, like I said, I think I'm going to like it. Those are not all the books that are coming out in the next 3 months, but they are the books that I am interested in or that I know might be hyped or popular and that other people might be interested in. So you let me know down below, what is the most anticipated book for the fall that you're looking forward to? I think mine might be Holly, or maybe the Elle Kennedy book. I don't know, but one or multiple of those books that I just talked about are definitely at the very top of my list, and I've already pre-ordered a couple of them. So that is going to do it. Let me know, like I said, down below what you're looking forward to in the fall. I want to talk about it. I want to see if we're reading some of the same ones. And so I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.